Alright guys, what's up? It's Apollo here and welcome back to another bloody battle. We are playing Empire Total War and we are using the DarthMod. And all I have is one question for you. Who's gonna win this battle? The world's superpower? Or, well, a bunch of farmers? Let's find out. Also, this video is relating to the Total War World Cup, where we are going to be using Empire DarthMod for the World Cup. If you don't know anything about the World Cup, well, I recommend you watch the video that's linked in the description. That will explain more on how this World Cup is going to work. Now, for the rest of you guys who want to take part in the World Cup, the Discord is now open. Now, before you, hold on there. Before you click on that Discord link, I want you to watch this video where I'm going to show you how the Discord is going to work. Because if you go in there and you're causing the admin trouble, or you're causing trouble because you're not following the rules, well, these admins are working very hard and they're not getting paid, and they're doing this for out of the love of just the sake of competition. And if you go in there and you spoil it for them, you're gonna have to deal with me. All right? No, but seriously, don't go in there and try to follow the rules. Now, if you don't care about this World Cup stuff and you just want to see a bloody battle, you can go to this time marker right here. I also want to give a shout out to my Patreon supporters: Krusty Buns McGregor, Ryan Pavick, Tim Dobner, and Walticus. Thank you guys for supporting the Patreon. Okay, guys. So what I'm gonna do now is bring you over to the Discord and show you how you can join and set up everything you need to set up. So let's do that now. Alright, here we are, guys, at the World Cup, Empire World Cup Discord. Hopefully I don't have any personal information on my screen right now. If I do, let me know so then I can hopefully edit it out or whatever. So we got a couple different chats I want you to be aware of when you join. I'll tell you exactly what you need to do, okay? So once you are in the Discord, okay, you need to go to the welcome channel, and this is where you will say, hey, I want this nation role. So like if you're American, say, can you please give me the US role? Or if you're Polish, give me the Polish role, or whatever role you want, whatever nation you want to root for or fight for, ask to be added to that role. And then over on this side, you'll see we have a couple of the nations listed. So when you're part of the role, your name will show up here as, whatever nation you align with. Okay. So we already have. Okay. So here's the thing, guys. We are still looking for team leaders for certain nations. I've only got a handful of team leaders. I think we have one for Italy, UK, US, I believe Sweden, Germany, but there's still a lot, like Spain, Portugal. They all still need team leaders. So it's important that if you want to be a team leader, or maybe let's say you're Spanish and you want to fight for Spain, you notice that they don't have a team leader and you're like, hey, I'll do it. Reach out to an admin. They will talk to you. They'll interview you. It's going to be a quick interview to make sure that you're going to be someone who's going to be a good leader, active. Make sure you show up to the events and the battles, and also not put your ego in front of everybody else and say like, oh, I'm team leader. I'm playing in all the matches. Like if there's two guys better than you, you should let them play, because obviously you want your nation to win. You know what I mean? So that's what I want from a team leader. I mean, that's what a leader is. Someone who can lead and make good. And there's the Swedish team leader. So anyways, that's the first thing you need to do. Go in here and don't chat in here by any means. Do not chat. Just say, just put a message of what you want. USA, Sweden, Germany, whatever you want, whatever nation you want to be aligned with. We do have some fun channels in here. We have tournament discussion. We can talk about the tournament, how it's going. Nation plug. This is where team managers put in plugs for people to join their nation. Makes it easier to find your country. Okay, so that's, this is another look. If you're looking for the team leader, you'll be able to find them. So there's a meme chat, which is which is fun. And again, these memes are not to be taken seriously, and if you post anything inappropriate or racist or anything like that, like we have a couple ones in here that I thought were pretty funny. Let's see, like this one. There's some banter going on between US and Team Britain, it's just, that's fun stuff. But if you cross the line and go too far, then that's gonna be a problem. Then we have a general chat. So that's the major thing. That's literally, if you don't want to be a team leader, you're just here to try out for a team, then just go to the welcome and go for the nation plug and look for your team managers, okay? And that's how you're gonna find the team managers and how you're gonna try out. Now, I do want to make it clear, it's gonna be tough to fill in all of these teams. So let's say you're American, but you have like Portuguese descent, okay? You try out for the American team because you're American, you're proud to be American, whatever. But you just don't make the team, like you're just shy of making the US team. Well, you can then just say request to change nations and then try out for the Portuguese team if they need people, you know what I mean? So if you don't get on the US team, you can always try out for a different nation. Because again, I would like all the nations to be kind of in line with actual like Russians with Russia and vice versa, or like everybody with what I'm trying to say is making sure you get what I'm saying, okay? But at the same time, if there's nations like if I don't know, just Austria they only have one player, then join Austria. Make sure they have a team and they're represented. Not to say that that's going to be the case. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Don't feel like you can't try out for other teams. Just request to change what nation you're going to be aligned with and try out for that team. And if you can't get on that team, we'll try a different team, because there's 16 teams and each team is going to have a max of 4. Okay, so there's a lot of potential players, so there's a lot of room. Okay, so try to get on a team. That's all I'm gonna say. Try to go for the team you want to fight for most at first, and then the second most, and then third most, and just get on a team so every nation can be represented here. If you also want to be a referee, you can request, just talk to the admins and just say, hey, can I be a referee? I want to referee the matches. We also have other things that you can look at, how to install DarthMod. If DarthMod is a little tricky to install, so if you need help with it, reach out to someone. Don't just give up and be like, I'm not gonna play. Just reach out to someone, and there's a lot of people who can help you. Tournament rules. We are going to have a meeting soon, early in August. So the rules are not set in stone. I know that kind of makes it difficult for team leaders to quickly find good players, because you don't know what the rules are going to be. So obviously you want the teams to already start practicing with armies that are within the rules of the game. Just what I recommend, if you're a team leader holding tryouts, just try to make sure you're not building any cheese armies. Like, make sure they are not cheese. I guess that's all I'm gonna say, because we're still working on the rules, and I want the rules to be perfect and fair. So we're gonna have a meeting with all the admins, all the referees, and team leaders to come up with a set of rules that are fair for every nation. So that's the goal. So that's to be decided. And right away, if you're a team leader, and I also want to stress that now that this is public, you have 1 month to get on a team or to organize your team if you're a team leader. Once that month is up, we are starting. 1 month is plenty of time. And also within that month, you can skirmish other teams. So if you got your team set up, feel free to skirmish other teams. It doesn't count, but it's good practice. And you can also please send the replay to me. That way I can start hyping up the crowd, the audience, because they are going to see their favorite nation skirmish with other nations and kind of see them in action. So that's the cool thing about that. We have some rules. These are basic Discord rules. And here you can see the groupings, and this is going to be the leaderboard. This will be updated as the tournament goes on. And then we've got the 8-team brackets, 8-team. It sounded like I said 18. 8-nation bracket, which is going to be the finale of the runner-up and winner of each grouping. You guys know how it works. So yeah, and there's announcements here and stuff. So I think that's everything. I think it's pretty simple. Hopefully you didn't skip through this and you know how to work this. We also have different nation chats. You got to be a part of that nation to join the chat. Just don't be an asshole. Don't be a jerk. Don't be a troll, or you will be kicked out. And I don't want that to happen. So And a lot, like I said, a lot of these admins are working very hard. Very hard. I mean, I have the team leader for US is also an admin, so he's working double hard. And if you come in here and cause troubles, it's not going to be pretty. So please be pleasant. Please follow the rules. And if you don't know how to do something, don't run straight to the admins. Just make sure you read all the instructions. And then if you still have questions, then reach out to an admin. I'm trying to make their job a little bit easier because, again, they're doing this out of just love of Total War and the love of just having competitions like this. But anyways, guys, also leave comments down below if you have questions. I'm sure people will answer them. But thank you guys so much for looking into this little competition, and we will get back to the battle. Alright guys, here we are with the battlefield. Look, I love the like captains of these regiments here. Just looking so posh, so like, look, he's got his hands behind his back. He's like, enemies, huh? Let's march forward. Beautiful. Even though it looks even worse with the British, because, you know, the British stereotypes of being so posh. My God, those drums are loud. So this is a pretty cool matchup here. Not only is this UK versus US, but also the two team leaders of the UK and US are fighting here. So this is a little bit of a grudge match. And, you know, hopefully we see more of that. Holy rockets, look at this. Oh my God. Oh my God. So US implementing rockets there, trying to soften up the British infantry. The British infantry is going to push forward here and try to swiftly close the line with the U.S. forces. Now, if we look at the United States position here, they do have some horse cav units on the side there, on the flank. We got 1st Maryland holding the center of this line. We also have some line infantry, rockets, artillery, more line infantry over here, and some more household cav. Over here on the flank, he's got all of his line infantry. Look at this. Oh, and there's the long rifleman. So the U.S. has fantastic long rifles. So they are very effective in this game. And look at that. Oh my God, the raccoon hats. Oh, it's beautiful. So almost like pioneers. They are very good fighters. And look at that one volley, just destroyed these British lines. We also have some riflemen here from the British. These almost look like dismounted dragoons. But yeah, they're setting up. They're trying to fire. Got a couple of the Ferguson riflemen just trying to open fire. And it looks like they're actually causing some wavering for the long riflemen. So they're not really liking that. So let's go ahead and zoom out, get a bigger picture here of these forces. We're going to do some slow motion. Now, we've got the American cav pushing on the flank. Over here, we have a lot of grenadiers mixed in with line infantry and riflemen. So it's a good mix of forces there. Back here, we still have the 33rd Foot. Look at that. We have the King's Royal Regiment of New York. So we got some loyalists there. And then we've got the 24-pounder artillery in the back. So it seems like the British are kind of hitting them with waves at first. And now the U.S. is taking more of a defensive position here. So they are trying to open fire and try to hold this position. The rifles are taking a beating here. We are seeing some wavering, honestly, from both sides of the side here, both sides of the forces. But I love the kneel and fire formation. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, they're trying to hold the flank, and the British have some nice light dragoons on the flank, which causes the U.S. Flank to kind of start to waver there. And that's the beauty of dragoons. They can move quickly, support a flank, and then get out of there and go somewhere else. But the U.S. is kind of having a tough time holding on to this position. We got more light dragoons over here as well. So they are just using that speed and that maneuverability to really hit the Americans pretty hard. And they're doing the best they can. They just want to go back to farming. That's all they want to do. They're sick of this war. But they're getting hit hard. They're retreating back. They're trying to join up with the rest of the line infantry. Or really, they're just breaking. And they're breaking the wrong way. They're going right through their own men. Probably going to cause some friendly fire. So this is a big problem because this line infantry's flank is now exposed. We do some slow motion because this is a large battlefield we got going on. We got some Pioneer Raiders. Now, this is the American equivalent to dragoons, I would say. Almost like cowboys on horseback. They've got their, what is that? What kind of gun is that? I guess I wouldn't, I don't know. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, they're definitely trying to, I think they're basically just trying to hold this flank from closing in. And if they could do that with little hit and run tactics, that would be pretty good. And then they can kind of focus on the issues over here. But this is still a problem. This is a big problem here. Look at this. Light Dragoons just opening fire. And it's just causing mass rout right now with the American lines. Oh my God. Yeah, he really needs to deal with that. I think he needs to fall back, or he is sending up some cav support. So he is sending some 2 units of cav. And they are going for a charge. Let's see if they can get those Dragoons. I can imagine the Dragoons are just going to retreat. But if this cav unit can close in, and it's every second they stand there, it's getting worse and worse for them. Dragoons are going to actually hold their ground and fight these forces from the U.S. Oh my God. If I'm not mistaken, the household cav should defeat the Dragoons. But I could be mistaken. My knowledge of Empire Total War is not the best. Got more rockets in the background, just nailing the British lines. Rifles still holding. These rifles did a great job. They did have the high ground, a bit of a vantage point compared to the United States in their position. But I think the United States, they probably need to regroup here. They need to regroup. They've got just guys breaking left and right. They are moving forward, though. They do not retreat. They're moving up. Look at that. Beautiful uniforms. He's got some line infantry now, really stretched out. 104 people just trying to fire back. And sure enough, the U.S. was able to defeat those Dragoons. So, unfortunately, I don't know if the British player was microing elsewhere, but he lost those Dragoons. And that's going to be a huge victory for the United States because those Dragoons were a real problem for the U.S. Now we've got more British line infantry flanking around. Ooh, but at the same time getting hit as they maneuver. But I think he's trying to quickly put some pressure on the U.S. player's flank, but he's going to keep fighting the good fight. Over this way, we've got a nice long line of infantry. Grenadiers opening fire now. And there we go. Oh, that return volley. Oh, that's beautiful. First Maryland. Ah, get them, boys. Look at that. Beautiful. Are these guys going to fire? Oh, I love that so much. That is so sick. I love the flash. Oh, the volley, because in Napoleon they don't really do volleys, and it's cool to see it in this. And look at the smoke; it's getting heated, boys. The line infantry are going at it. Grenadiers. Oh my God! You see the bullets go over their head? Oh my God! More Grenadiers over here opening fire from the British side. Riflemen opening fire. Oh, I can't, guys. Honestly, I cannot wait for this World Cup thing. Because it's going to be so heated between these nations. It's going to be so exciting and so much fun. I mean, even this, the rivalry between the U.S. and U.K. And, I mean, I know the U.S. and U.K. are pretty good allies right now. But, you know, with the history of the revolution and the kind of that rivalry is going to really show. Especially, you know, since this time period is dealing with that. But the U.S. is pushing up here with more cav. Look at this. The household cav is now trying to keep some of the line infantry occupied, and he's going to go ahead and move forward some infantry here and try to fire down at that British line as they are advancing. More line infantry pushing up. So let's go back over here where the cav is charging in again, hitting these grenadiers hard. But the grenadiers should hold here. This household cav has been the MVP for the Americans so far. Now they're going behind enemy lines again and trying to hit them in the rear. And, you know, they really got to deal with this. They really got to deal with this. But are they going to hold and fight? Oh, my God. Look at that. Look at that. Lots of braking going on. Another cab charge over here. But it looks like they're going to disengage, as this would have been disaster, facing the King's Royal Regiment of New York. They're going to disengage and kind of recover, but they did lose a lot, and they're still losing troops from that volley. Well, actually, 63 men still alive. That's not bad. That's not bad. So it's kind of like, let's do some slow motion here. It's kind of like the tables have turned here a bit, where the British were pushing hard on this flank. But look at these Dragoons are all now mostly dead, who are really just kind of deciding this battle until the U.S. charged in and took them out. Now the U.S. is pushing on his flank, but it's really, I think this is going to be an important part of the battle here, because these troops are fighting this main line, and I think both sides are starting to run out of men. Here goes those Pioneer Raiders. That's another big win for the U.S. because they still have that skirmish cav. Still have the skirmish cav, and they still do a lot of work with them. Now, unfortunately, they are getting picked off by the line infantry. Now they're just opening, firing at will. Will's not too happy about that. 1st Maryland still doing great. I mean, they have 142 when they originally had 225. So, huge force there. This is still really close, guys. I mean, it's a little sloppy with these lines. It's just so back and forth. I think it's because of the constant braking and returning. But this is going to be extremely, extremely close between these two sides. It's going to be tough to tell. I think 1st Maryland, if they can get close to their opponent and start giving them the bayonet, I bet 1st Maryland could do a lot of damage here, as this is a pretty elite unit. Back over this way. Now the line infantry has turned their backs to 1st Maryland and really trying to focus down these Pioneer Raiders. And the Raiders are causing some fear, but it's also because they're getting hit by 1st Maryland, I believe. Firing at the oblique left there, or nope, never mind. 1st Maryland is focusing the regiment that is right in front of them, which is the Grenadiers. Oof. Oof. Grenadiers trying to reform here, trying to hold this line. Back over this way, U.S. is kind of hesitating here, or having some difficulties on pushing this flank. Lots of troops breaking. We got Cav now in the back lines again. Just took out some artillery. Again, this household Cav has been doing wonders for the American forces. And now they are... What are they doing? What are they doing? Are they chasing after this this captain? He's like, oh, no, I want to go home. This artillery captain. Leave me alone. I don't even give a crap about the colony. And he disappeared into the dirt. Wow, he died and was buried in the dirt. You don't even have to bury him a grave. He's gone now. So let's go back here. Let's see the fight here with the Pioneer. Oh wait, wow, the Pioneer Cav went in for a charge, trying to be aggressive here and quickly break the British lines. I think he should have been a little bit more patient with the Pioneer Cav, but if he can break them, then more power to him. But looks like the British line is not going to be so easily broken in a melee. The officer here, look at him. I love the animations of the Cav. They just kind of like, look at it, look at that swinging. Just, I mean, oh my god, oh, nice kill. Look at this guy. Oh, did they break him? Oh, they broke him. They broke him. Beautiful. So now this Pioneer Cav can keep on firing at the rear, and lots of braking going on from the British. I think it's, you know, well, let's see. We got light dragoons over here. Hold on, light dragoons from the British. Man, the British were holding back these light dragoons for a long time. I think he should have probably sent them in a little bit sooner. Having that dragoon support would have been helpful. Also, we have the general charging in as well. Things are getting pretty desperate, and they do break the American Cav here, the household Cav. So they're going to disengage. Oh, God. Nice little charge here, light dragoons. Beautiful. And now, okay, this could, okay, hold on. This is huge. They've got this Cav free, all right? The American Cav is located way over here, right? This Cav will not be able to get out. Also, they're very depleted. They're not going to be able to get to the side very quickly. So this might be huge for the British. If this line infantry can hold this regiment of New York and just be basically the anvil and this Cav be the hammer, oh yeah, they're going to do some breaking here. This could be the turning tide for the British forces. They got to get aggressive though, because they don't have enough men. There we go. See? They're breaking. They are routing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Long riflemen coming out of the woodwork. Oh, they're gonna run though. Oh, they're breaking. Oh, look at this. Yes, yeah, keep going. He's about to charge into the flank of some line infantry. They're trying to form square, which they do, but no, not exactly in time. All right, so let's do some slow motion because there's a lot going on. Over here, we've got the British forming square. Not a bad idea because they are surrounded. The 33rd foot. They've been held back for the longest time. Finally, they're called into action when they are needed most. And they are trying to hold against the Americans here. And over here, the general is going for a charge against, I think those are long riflemen. I think, yes, long riflemen. The King's Foot is moving in. So they're quickly trying to get to the 33rd and they're trying to help them. Back over this way, the Dragoons are charging in. But look at this. The general's bodyguard of the U.S. is now going into the fight, guys. This is a grudge match. A grudge match. Rockets coming in now. Really, whoever's general dies here could be the deciding factor. The 33rd is getting hit hard. They need reinforcements quick. Doesn't even seem like they're firing though. Are they not at fire will, or what's going on? They're just kind of holding. But the New York, the Royalists are coming in. That's got to disgust the American soldiers. They're like, how could you? Oh man, well, this line infantry's got to start killing. Maybe go for the general. There we go. Look, he's gonna go around the flank. He's gonna push. Oh my God, this is crazy. Because you got the Americans winning on this side, right? And then the British winning on this side. Oh my God, who's gonna take this one? And look at U.S. breaking over here. They only have 2 more units. Oh, plus they have the Pioneer Cav, and they're trying to break this 33rd foot. But the 33rd foot is not opening fire. They're just taking the shots. I have a feeling that he turned off fire at will and he forgot to turn it back on. But we'll see. We'll see. The Dragoons still chasing off American soldiers. The rockets coming in now. That Cav's got to deal with the rockets. And I think he is. He's going for it. This Cav's going to be tired. They're already tired, but they've got to keep moving. They're the only hope for the British here. Oh, the U.S. is starting to break here. Line infantry routing. And now New York can focus all their attention over to the 33rd. And 33rd, man, still not opening fire. What is going on? They're idle. Fire. What is happening? Look at this. This square could kill the Pioneer Raiders here. Oh, no. And look, I think the Raiders are losing Cav. Oh my God, they're breaking now. They didn't even fire their guns. They sat there and just took it. Now they destroyed the rockets. They're gonna keep moving forward. They need to. The British general's charging into line infantry. Oh my God, this is what it's coming down to. And then we have the Pioneer Raiders going after the Loyalists, the King's Royal Regiment of New York. Wow. And there we go. The Dragoons are moving up. About to hit 1st Maryland. There they go. They're charging, and 1st Maryland countercharges. Oh my God. This is so close. They gotta hurry up. Look at this. The general is in danger. Wow. 1st Maryland fighting the good fight. Oh my God, 1st Maryland's breaking. The New York regiment still holding. The Pioneers are breaking. Oh my God, it looks like the British are gonna take this one. Very nice. Very nice play. The Dragoons. That last Dragoon unit he was holding on to really saved the day there. And what a fight. What an absolute fight between these 2 armies. Oh, and there we go. So I am not the British team leader. Obviously I'm not the team leader at all, but we have the 2 team leaders of it's Mr. Markimus who's actually the team leader. This is a glitch with Empire where it shows me there instead of the person who sent in the replay. But Mr. Markimus takes that one, getting a lot of kills, but This was so close. And it really came down. The U.S. did great there with that household cavalry, but it just, I think in the long run, they just couldn't get it. I think they took a lot of casualties, the Americans. I think they were a little sloppy on this flank, and they should have reformed a little bit better. I personally like keeping my army together so they can support each other quickly. I feel like the U.S. was kind of too stretched out there a little bit. But yeah, the British did great with keeping back reserves and sending them in when it mattered most. And those Dragoons were the MVP of this match. Now, of course, the household cav for the Americans was the MVP. But overall, the MVP of this match definitely got to be these Dragoons. And they're still healthy numbers. So that was great. Again, we don't have rules yet in place for this tournament. I doubt we'll use rockets, but it's still pretty cool to see them in action. Here's some of the kills. Ooh, yep, light Dragoons. Yeah, this is the unit. This is the MVP. 240 kills. Woo-wee. So, I'm really excited for this tournament, this World Cup. Remember, guys, now that the Discord is open, you have 1 month to try to get on a team. And hopefully we get some grudge matches like this one. It's going to be great. Now, US and UK both in the same grouping, which is the West grouping. And well, they might be able to both continue on to the bracket, but we'll see. They got to get through Spain and Portugal to be able to do that. So I'm sure Spain and Portugal, they're gonna throw in their hats. Well, they're gonna go in and fight a good fight as well. So really enjoyed that. Thank you to Mr. Markimus and Lance, the two team leaders for UK and US. That was a great show, and I'm excited for more. Again, guys, I also want to remind you that the World Cup doesn't start until a month, but you can skirmish other teams. It doesn't count, but it's a skirmish. And feel free to send those replays to me as well. It's just so people can kind of get used to the teams. They can get pumped up about their nation or whatever and see them in action and hope for the best. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time on the battlefield.